Hi ladies and gents, Pond here with another video for Rise of Empires, Ice and Fire. Thank you so much for your previous likes, comments and subscriptions to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, why not click on that button and ring the bell so you can get notifications of whenever I'm dropping content on the channel. And now onto the topic of this video, and it's the start of the new expansion pack called Castle Era. So much to get through in this video, so let's get started. Castle Era menu is available at the top here. You can see you come into the Showdown menu. First thing to note is the recap button. That's going to show you back into what we saw previously in the Chronicle event, if you want to have a look back at that. Otherwise, at the top here, you can see that the event is running for 2 weeks until the 2nd of October. We've got a new consumable in gold decor coins for us to collect. And then here we have a little icon saying use the Thor gold coin to increase your level and obtain the corresponding rewards during the event. The Thor gold coins will be exchanged into gems upon the end of the event. Every time you upgrade, 5 Thor gold coins will be consumed. You'll get 1 point of XP for every 1 Thor gold coin consumed. How can you get the coins? Through participation in the Strife over Dragon event, which they're calling Stop Titanus, and complete Ultimate Duel quests. Ultimate Duel is through the task button here. You'll also just see it straight in the benefit center. It's another one of these 5-day menus where each day for 5 days 3 new sections of tasks will unlock, and you have a total of 7 days to complete them. There's various rewards available like Alfred fragments, the Thor gold coins, Orichalcum. Day 1 you unlocked the usual login rewards. Then there was gather resources and just resources gathered. Day 2 today we've had help alliance menu members option, using speed ups and killing marauders, including the Gale clan marauders, which we'll talk about in a bit. Rewards chests, so you've got various rewards that are going to give Orichalcum Thor gold coins for completing 20 quests, so a few Alfred for 10 Alfred fragments for completing 40 quests. 60 quests will get you 20 Alfred fragments, and 75 will get you 60 Alfred fragments. Of course, it's yet to be seen if we're going to get on day 4 one of these 20 tasks that require you to use 20 super recruitment tickets. I really hope they haven't included it this time. I keep saying to the devs, it's not fair to include those kind of tasks in these events when these events are often done outside of season, well, outside of season recruitment, but also that actually season recruitment doesn't even work on them. It's just for super recruitment only. Which is just not it's particularly not beneficial outside of season. So I really hope they've taken that feedback on board and they've made the amendment, but we'll wait and see on Thursday. Back out of that and into the menu, you can see that you're going to have to get various rewards available to you. So speed ups and marble, charcoal. So I'm on level 6 at the moment. Level 10 is going to get you 110 Alfred fragments, 345 Orichalcum. More rewards, as you can see. Level 15 will get you 140 Alfred fragments, 540 Orichalcum. Orichalcum's absolutely key. And then up to level 20 by the looks of it, where you can get 190 fragments, 860 Orichalcum. So it's really worth completing as many tasks as you can to get all of these rewards in the Showdown event. Then we've got the Die Savages. So Die Savages is basically your usual kind of attack on your whole alliance by Marauders. There are small amounts of rewards available, but it is, instead of the usual Tuesday, Thursday event, it's happening every day. You can see that we've got alliance damage rankings here, and it will show you it's for just in-state. And the rewards, you get a bit of Orichalcum. We didn't automatically get the rewards yesterday, so they were mailed to us as well, for anyone that was wondering what happened to them yesterday. So that's Die Savages, pretty simple. And then, as I've already commented on, this Stop Titanus event is basically your usual daily, basically a daily version of Strife over the Dragon. Please note you do need to complete this by plus 20, because then it goes into some kind of tallying stage for the day. So you must complete it by plus 20. Do your 5 hits by plus 20 for your hits to count. Again, there are rewards, ranking rewards with Orichalcum, Words of Truth, and the little ranked one gets this mini Titanus character. But it's not huge amounts of rewards. Obviously, you can see if you hit these very low levels of damage, you will get some Thor gold coins as well for the Showdown event. So that's the daily Titanus. As I say, do it by plus 20. Now, back into the castle era, and we'll go into the main menu now. And you can see there are 6 kind of elements to this. Dig some canals, solid building, stronger army, leader in chaotic age, die savages, which is what we've just seen. Basically, a Miraculous Lighthouse. So dig some canals. Now, we've got new waterways, as we've already seen. And you can go into the build menu, dig a river, and then it's the usual kind of drag and drop effect to it. And you can build rivers in quite a few areas, and you can make them single or double like this. And I can just connect them up, for instance. So you do have some flexibility in terms of where they go. If we look back into the build menu and on to food, you'll see that we've got 6 water wheels that we can build next to this new water feature. Now, the water wheel, if you see it, needs to be 2 tiles in the water and then 2 tiles out, and then it will be placed. You can also then place your farms next to the water wheels, and that will increase their production buff. So far, water wheels actually are one of the few buildings that don't seem to need orichalcum at the lower levels anyway. It's just gold and marble, so that will get you a few points on building day for those of you that have completed all your buildings. Away from that, back into the main castle era screen. Solid buildings. So this is kind of the key thing. Here's a crack in the wall. We've got to fix it quickly, or we will be caught off guard when the danger arrives. We need some orichalcum. It'll help us make our castle go stronger. And if you now look on all of your buildings, you can upgrade them all the way up to level 30. To upgrade to level 26 castle, you need 950 orichalcum, 40 million gold, 58.8 million food and lumber, 110 million marble, 80 million iron. It's going to take 19 days of upgrades, or 379,000 gems if you don't have these all maxed. Now, orichalcum, you can see so far for me, I've only accumulated just over 3,000 of it. So just upgrading my one castle building to level 26 is going to cost me the vast amount of my orichalcum. If you look at some other key buildings that you're going to need to upgrade, perhaps like the garrison hall, that's not so bad. 144 war rooms, it gets higher, 240, and so on. So you will need to use quite a significant amount of orichalcum. What I noticed earlier was that crystal workshops don't need a lot, only 48. That's one of the lowest amounts. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this. Will it be a consumable that just everyone collects evenly, or are we about to see packs for it in the game, which is going to allow your spenders out there to really accelerate their progression and development of their accounts by increasing, because all of these kind of the old buildings that give you the extra stats, like enhancement camp, for instance. If you look at it now, you do get a little bit of a buff with your combat speed. It gives you a plus 10 once you reach level 30. Well, that we all know, like, combat speed can make a difference if you're getting those first hits, depending on the combination. So this is going to have quite a significant impact potentially on various things. Don't forget as well, war rooms are going to increase your might and resistance of your different troop types. It's only giving an extra max of 4% though, so very small buffs for those. And it's all the other kind of different buildings, like training ground. Increased troop count will make a big difference, don't forget. So these are kind of, you're going to have to think about, with this orichalcum, look, 1,000 orichalcum to increase a training ground. You're going to have to really think about what you're using your orichalcum on. How can you get the best margins. I would say Training Grounds is definitely one of those options where you're going to want to, because getting those additional troops, I think, is going to make a bigger difference to just like, you know, an extra 1 or 2% on your base, on your stats from some of these other buildings. So those are buildings. I'm going to do a Road to C30 video series showing the upgrades and how it's going to work from 25 to 30. That is going to take me some time. I'm not sure what the time frame is for this. The devs haven't really given me any information in terms of how we'll be able to accumulate orichalcum in general going forward. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting time. Castle Era, back in here again. Stronger army. So there is new technology that was shown in the menu yesterday, and it's been removed today, but it was in this section here, and it said that you would need to get your institute to level 30 to unlock it. So it's only going to be for players that are at C30, similar to when we were all doing our T9s at C25. And my understanding is that this new technology will require courage medals. That's what I've been told at this point. Okay, back into Castle Era again. On to the next menu. Leader in Chaotic Age. So I've heard about the Mighty Alfred for a long time. Let's see what he can do. I'm not going to focus on Alfred in this video. I'll do a separate first look video where I can go into more detail, because I'm concerned I don't want this video going on forever. But as you can see, he is an exclusive hero, something that they're using that term for along with Cleo. He's a melee cavalry hero, so that would imply he's going to be front row. And if we just look at from the mechanics of the game, what we had so far from the Chronicle event, you've got these Alfred fragment chests used after the Chronicle ends to get 5 to 40 Alfred fragments randomly. So I'm going to use them all now. I've got 375, so that's almost 2 copies of Alfred. So I can make one of him now from fragments in the usual fragment screen. Well, I've got 385 of him. So let's combine, and I've picked up my first Alfred. These notification banners, they're driving everyone mad. I have asked the devs if they can put in an option to stop it. Of course, with Alfred, there's already several events available where people can gain, spenders can gain extra copies of him. Headline news, as already announced today, is that you're going to need 34 copies of him in total, the same as what happened with Cleo. I don't know yet how many copies everyone can accumulate from the following events. You can see that there are quite a lot of events giving quite a lot of copies. So I think a lot of players will be able to get multiple copies of him in the coming days. But really, how much of that we'll all be getting, we're gonna have to wait and see. And whether we'll be able to get him in future events, because obviously with Cleo, you were only able to get her during the anniversary event. So there's still a few unanswered questions about Alfred. Okay, on to the next menu. So we've got Dies Savages here. Now, not only obviously do we have those 2 events that were going on that I've already shown about the Daily Dies Savages and the Titanus, we also have these extra Gale Marauders, and initially in Chronicle we had level 16 Tomahawk, and if you go into the search section now, you can see it goes all the way up to level 35. So level 35 are these hill splitters, as they're calling them, and these will give you orichalcum, but you do have to, you can only, it's the same as destroyers, you can only kill 10 of them a day, and they use the same count as destroyers. So basically, these are your new destroyers, guys. You're going to want to take these level 35 Marauders out to gain as much orichalcum from them as you can. And if I can find the right report, here we go. So a level 35 Hill Splitter will get you 12 orichalcum. So that's 120 a day from those. And then we've also got Ferocious Sultans. Now, these again were initially available, I think, at level 30 in the Chronicle event. It's now up to level 40. And again, you can attack these multiple times like you can with most other rally type Marauders. But once you've gone through that first extra reward from the day, you're only going to get 8 orichalcum for any subsequent attack. Let's just quickly see if we can find one on the map. There was one lurking quite close to my base earlier. Come on, game. Well, there's the level 35. Let's go to the level... oh, here we go. Level 40. Got there in the end. So you can see, there we go. First, your bonus reward for the first hit of the day is going to get you 50 orichalcum. Any subsequent hit, I think it's up to a maximum of 10, isn't it? Will get you 8. So it's worth doing the Ferocious Zoltans. But they do take a lot. It's generally taking 2 or 3 players, medium strength players, to take down a level 40 Ferocious Zoltan. So they are much stronger than previous Savages or Marauders that we've seen. Back into the castle we need to go for this next section, so which is about the Miraculous Lighthouse. So again, information is still a little bit short at the moment, but if we go into Castle Era, then again, initially you can click on Miraculous Lighthouse. It's going to take you into the build menu, into the main build from other, and you can just drag and drop your lighthouse wherever you want to put it in your account where you've got space. So I'll just pop it down there. And then you can see it's building now, and it's got 2 menus, Magnificent Structure and Milestone of an Era. So Magnificent Structure is just showing the initial build stage. So there's 5 stages, and complete each stage to claim the corresponding rewards. So you get orichalcum, and then you're getting this hammer as well, which if we just go into items, you'll see here is the Miracle Hammer, used to speed up the construction of the big lighthouse. So actually I'm just going to, it is building day. So the good thing is, for all of us that have been C25 forever, you finally have some structures to build. So let's have a look at using this hammer. So currently it's under construction for 1 day, 12 hours. And if you use a hammer, it will speed it up an hour for each hammer that you have. And that has improved the tiling of the pavements in my castle, like so. So construction completed. Road to Athens. Seeing the road to Athens means that we have got rid of the chaotic times and embarked on a journey of knowledge. So you've got some base resources and these extra items. And now I'm at stage 2, which is going to take me 7 days, 12 hours. And the rewards for this are going to be the Walls of Alexandria, and then we're getting more hammers and orichalcum from this. Now, Milestones of an Era. There are various rewards you can get from this that are going to give you orichalcum and also the Miracle Hammers. So we've completed that first quest, and now it's giving you a different quest to do. So these won't refresh, but there's various quests for you to do. So like Top Architect, you can see construction is where growth begins. So got to upgrade to level 26. A strong empire is built with advanced techs, so that's something to do with advanced tech. You've got to train 10,000 level 10 soldiers, and then hunting, kill 10 level 16 or above marauders. So these are all kind of tasks that you can do that are going to gain you, most importantly, orichalcum. So that is the Miraculous Lighthouse. Conscious this video is nearly 20 minutes now. Lots more to talk about and to kind of observe in the coming days and weeks with this whole event and the new consumables. Like I said, quite a few unanswered questions, I'm afraid, still on how this is going to impact on the overall gameplay. But, you know, my concern would be that obviously there are going to be lots of premium elements bought into this. We're already seeing that with Alfred. I'd be amazed if we don't see Orichalcum packs in the coming days, which will allow players to advance. Obviously, having this new T10 troops as well is going to really impact. They've got a very high base level of tech. They're going to be stronger, the players that can max this new T10 technology. Right now as well, just to look at the kind of current events going on this week, you've got Glowing Treasures. Again, the usual Glowing Treasures event where you need to do the Starry Night event in the Benefit Center to accumulate your glowing badges. So that's just performing rally attacks on Marauders and just attacking Marauders to accumulate your glowing badges, and then you can get glowing badges from all kind of other additional purchases. Like you can see here, Words of Truth pack will get you 100 glowing badges. The main kind of items available in glowing badge, you've got your usual speed ups, tickets, etc. At level 4, there's the chance to get a permanent magic carpet, but it's only, you know, I think it's going to be like the 1.4% chance that you get on the other kind of rewards, and then you get 5 chances at it at levels at 6, and then at 8 you get more chances basically each time we're going down the higher level of rows. Other couple of points to note, you do get a copy of Alfred at level 9 on here, but of course free to play players can only reach row 5, and for some reason they've gone with the Cerberus permanent skin for 4,500, which is crazy. So yeah, that's the Glowing Treasures event. And then we've also got Dragon's Crypt, which is again premium only. You can only accumulate these dragon scales from packs, and interestingly each reward appears once. Draw 12 to get all rewards. I'm guessing this refreshes once a day, and look, you can get, for instance, 201 fragments of Alfred there. You're getting some war badges, 200 fragments, 150 fragments. And this is what I wanted to highlight on the Dragon's Crypt, which is initially, for now, there is this option to select a hero, which at the moment you can only choose Alfred. But I presume in the future they're going to expand on that, and that you would be able to potentially, I don't know, get a new SX hero maybe, or an old SX hero that you're waiting to accumulate. But it certainly seems like there's going to be additional elements of this selection process for this kind of, you know, lucky wheel. They're calling it Dragon's Crypt this time. Obviously, there is another lucky wheel right here. So, but it's still the same kind of premise, isn't it? Accumulate or buy consumables to use on these wheels, and then you get the chance for a prize. So much going on in this video. I apologise for its length, but there's just so much to cover in this whole event. I hope I've covered the majority of what you initially wanted to know about things going on in the event. I'll be bringing out more details in the coming days on Alfred first look on SX13 heroes, my first episode of Road to 30 with upgrading my castle to level 26. I'm going to do that tonight, but just for time constraints I won't get that video out today. It'll probably be out tomorrow, and yeah, I'll try and update everyone as much as I can on all of these new functionalities as we learn more about it in the coming days and weeks. So I hope you have liked this video. If you have, please do click on that like button. If you could also please share this video and my channel in your Alliance chat, Province chat, and through line, WhatsApp, Viber, Discord, whatever you use to communicate with your fellow players in the game. That would be very much appreciated. If you've made it this far to 24 minutes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.